So I was born in Paris and grew up there as well until I was around 8. Um, I have a French dad and a Dutch mum, so it's very multilingual at home. That there's a lot of languages being kind of thrown around. With my sister, we speak mainly English together. With my dad, French, and with my mum, Dutch, and then altogether French, just because my dad is mostly French. Yeah, I have a sister as well, Cosima, who also studies at the Kronberg Academy, violinist. It's wonderful to have grown up together, with music in our lives, and to have shared that together and to keep sharing it as well today. Well, I think for sure there was a lot of music or love for music in the family. My mum played the piano when she was young, and my dad also really enjoys listening to music. So my mum gave a violin to my sister, I think when she was around 3 or so. I think I was also around 3 when I also started on the violin. So I think it was only natural that I also took up, the instrument. My sister has always kind of been this kind of shining beacon of inspiration in my life, and I've always kind of aspired to be like her, I think. Yeah, and then we went our separate ways afterwards. I went to the darker side. Went to the viola, switched to the viola when I was around 16, 17, I think. And then I went to school in the UK, to the Menuhin school, where I spent, a big chunk of my childhood. During that time, at least, there wasn't really a dedicated kind of viola department. It was, seen as that kind of like this ugly uh, kind of relative, let's say, of the violin. I mean, all the stereotypical things you can think about the viola, of course. It was a challenge for sure to kind of try out the instrument and get to understand how it works. There's always this kind of analogy I like to think of, with the Harry Potter wand, that it kind of finds you. I think kind of we found each other, and I think that's kind of beautiful when you really find your thing in life, and that's for me, that's the viola. Kronberg was always a place I wanted to come to, actually. I think that was a very strong goal for me. I was invited to come to Mitmusik miteinander, right? And then I came back for J Music Connects the World a couple of years later with my sister. I had an incredible experience there. One of my, I think, definite highlights of my life and musical life. It left a very strong impression on me. The sense of tight-knit community, and love for music and respect for music as well. In these new facilities, Casalsforum, there is this kind of haven or kind of utopia to kind of practice the art of music. And at this point, it's definitely home, I'd say. It's become home for me, and it's a nice realization to have. Yeah. My balcony, let's say. Like, it's very simple, but I think that sense of also being home. There was a particular time during COVID where I got into gardening. I think we were all kind of like trying to find new hobbies in life. Yeah, my balcony ended up being like this very kind of overgrown forest. But it was nice. I was kind of growing, everything from vegetables to herbs and you name it. And I don't think I was very kind of prepared to the amount of care that was needed. They're very much like temperamental babies, I feel. Not enough water, too much water, not enough sunlight, all of those things, and nutrients as well. Yeah, it became, I think, a bit more of a challenge than I kind of had hoped for at the beginning. I'm still grateful to reap the rewards, even though they were very, very small rewards at the end. I'm not a morning person, and I'm not a night owl either. But it's difficult, when you're traveling, especially in different time zones and all of that. It was a funny one. I saw this somewhere. I'm kind of like this permanently exhausted pigeon. So, yeah, there you go. Especially today, where it feels as though the world is getting crazier and crazier and busier and more disconnected. Music is still able to kind of connect us through, a higher sense of being. Be it in a concert hall, or be it in a salon, or in any, context. I think it's a moment where you can kind of, escape reality a little bit when I give concerts, or even, I mean, it's just as special. I think when I go to a concert and I am transported somewhere else. I think those are the moments you really live for, I think.